Hey friends, thank you so much for tuning into this live stream. Before we get too far into it, I want you, if you could leave a comment, I want to know what is the nicest thing you have ever seen a student do for another student? Or what is the nicest thing you have ever seen a child do for another child? I want to know, please leave in the comments below. And the reason that I asked that question is because today in class this morning, I saw one of the kindest things, one of the nicest gestures that I've ever seen my students make. It totally blew my mind. It warmed my heart. It was really actually hard to continue teaching this morning because I was just so blown away by their kindness. I was just so moved by what they did and how they did it out of such a place of desire to help others, and out of it is just total selflessness. Like you see sometimes kids are a little selfless, but like total complete selflessness is something that I don't see every day, especially in adults, let alone in the children in my classroom. So this morning, I actually saw some kids working on this. They're working on this little poster. They're actually working right next to where I'm sitting, and it said "Follow your dream." I'm like, oh, that's really cool. And I came over and I wanted to talk to them about it, and they didn't want to talk to me at all about it. And that was kind of awkward. Like, okay, just kept going. Just to give a little context, we have what we call creative start in the morning, and the kids have about 20 minutes to come in and just make whatever it is that they want. They can build with Legos, they can create videos, they can build stuff out of cardboard, they can write stories, anything that they can want to do that's creating, they can do. And that's what these girls were working on. So we kind of finished up Creative Start and we got into our reading, and then we read Holes, which I think is the single greatest read aloud of all time. And then it was time for a quick bathroom, quick snack. So they went to the bathroom, they got their snack, they came back. And what I noticed when they came back was I noticed another student sitting on the other end of the room, and she was like teary. Her eyes were teared up, and I obviously I went over to talk to her, and when I got to her, I noticed that she was holding this paper, and I was like, oh, and I was like, oh, that was nice. They made her this poster. So I went over to this student and I said, hey, what's going on? Are you okay? She's like, yeah. Like, well, what's going on? That's a nice picture you have. And she said, yeah, I've been getting these notes in my locker for like a week now. I'm like, oh, do you know who they're from? She's like, I have no idea who they're from. They just keep showing up, and they just make me so happy every day. And I just feel so thankful that someone's doing this for me. And I don't know why they're doing it for me, but it's so nice. It's so nice that they just keep putting these in my locker. And I was like, oh my gosh, like they're not just making a picture or they're not just they're like doing this totally out of they're just putting it in her locker. And so, kind of finished our bathroom snack and we got into our writing lesson. And then I kind of snuck back over to the girls that were sitting right here. And I'm like, hey, can we talk about that picture that you guys were coloring this morning? And it's like they were caught and they just were like, sure. And talking to them, they really didn't want to talk about it much. And I didn't press them, but eventually I said, yeah, we just noticed that someone in class seemed a little sad in the morning. And we noticed that someone in class just maybe they're having a tough time at home or in school, and we weren't sure, but we wanted to do something nice for them. And so we've been making these things, and please don't tell her. We don't want her to know. We just want to try to make her feel better. Like, what more can we ask out of humans than to want to make other kids feel better? They don't want anything in return. They didn't want a pat on the back. They didn't want their teacher to come up. In fact, they were kind of bummed that their teacher found out. They solely wanted to do this so that this girl could feel loved and that this girl could feel like she wasn't alone. And that girl actually said that when I was talking to her. She goes, when I get these notes, it helps me to know that I'm not alone and that people are thinking about me and people are caring about me. Like, what more can we ask of our students? What more can we ask of anyone than to encourage each other to follow their dreams, than to be there when someone is hurting and when someone is struggling, and to do something for someone else just because we want to make their life better, just because we want to make their day better. I have the best job in the world, and I cannot believe that I get a chance to learn from these kids. I learned something important today, I learned about being selfless. And about doing things for other people without wanting anything in return. And if you can do that at 10, if you do that at 10 years old, you can spend your creative time trying to make others happy, the world is going to be a better place. So thank you so much for tuning in to today's lunch stream live episode with Mr. Sharp. It means the world to me. If you are new to the channel, you want to click subscribe, that would be great. You get a video anytime, or you get a notification. If you click the bell, you get a notification anytime I post a new video. Thank you so much for watching. Follow your dreams.